Hello, my dear friend. Welcome to VUS Learning English Podcast. My name is Anna, and I am so happy you are here today. Today, we are going to talk about something very important. It is a feeling many of us know. It is the feeling of being stuck. Maybe you feel tired, but you can't rest. Maybe you want to do things, but you have no energy. This episode is for you. We will talk about why we feel this way, and we will learn a simple 5-step method to feel better. This method can help you find your energy again. It can help you find your motivation again. Thank you so much for joining me today. Your time is a gift, and I am grateful to share this time with you. If you enjoy our time together, please think about liking this episode. When you like it, you help other English learners find our podcast. It is a small click, but it helps our community grow. And I love to know where you are listening from. Are you in Cambodia? Are you in Algeria? Are you in the Dominican Republic? Or somewhere else in our beautiful world? Please tell me in the comments. It makes me so happy to see our global family. Okay, are you ready? Let's begin. Let's start with a feeling. Maybe you know this feeling. You look at your phone, you scroll and scroll, but nothing is interesting. Nothing makes you smile. Or you go to your kitchen. You open the fridge, you look at the food inside. You see many things, but nothing looks good to eat. So you close the door. You are still hungry, but you don't want anything. Maybe you have a list of things to do, a long list. You know you should do them, but you feel nothing. You have zero motivation to start, zero energy. You feel like you are in a fog, a gray, quiet fog. Everything feels heavy. Everything feels flat. You try to feel good, you watch another video, you eat a small snack, you check your phone again, but these small things do not help. They make you feel worse. My friend, this is not laziness. You are not lazy. This is a special kind of feeling. I call it the dopamine hole. What is a dopamine hole? It is not a medical name, but it describes the feeling very well. It is like being in a deep hole, a hole of no motivation. It is like a hangover for your brain, a hangover from our modern world. Our world today is very fast. It is full of bright lights and loud sounds. It is full of information, all the time. Your brain has a system for motivation. This system is like an engine in a car. It drives you. It helps you learn things. It helps you create things. It helps you achieve your goals. But our modern world can take control of this engine. It can run the engine too hard for too long. It hijacks your motivation system. But I need you to hear this. This is very important. You are not broken. Your brain is not fried. Your brain is working just like it should. It is responding to a world that is not natural. A world with too much stimulation. Too much everything. I know this feeling because I was there. Just last month, I was in a dopamine hole. I was there for 5 days, 5 long days. My world was gray. It was flat. Nothing felt good. Nothing felt interesting. Nothing felt worth doing. But I found a way out of the hole. It was not about having more discipline. It was not about just pushing through. That does not work. It was a system, a way to reboot my brain, like restarting a computer. And in this episode, I will show you that system. I will teach you the exact 5 steps I used. I call it the STORE method. STORE. This method helped me reboot my energy. It helped me reset my motivation. It helped me escape the dopamine hole. And I believe it can help you too. So, what is this dopamine hole, really? Let's understand it together. It's a feeling. You feel flat. You feel unmotivated. The things you used to love are not fun anymore. They don't make you feel happy. To understand this, we need to talk about something in your brain. It is called dopamine. You may have heard of dopamine. Many people call it the pleasure molecule. They think it is the chemical of happiness. But this is not quite right. Dopamine is connected to pleasure, but science shows its main job is motivation. It is about wanting things. It is about looking forward to things. Dopamine is the chemical that says, "Hey, look at that. That is important." You should pay attention to that. Go get it. It is the go signal in your brain. It makes you want to achieve a goal. It gives you the energy to take action. Our brains are very old. They are designed to help us survive. Your brain gives you dopamine for doing good things. Things like finding food, or achieving a goal, or making friends. But there's a very important word here. That word is effort. For thousands of years, rewards needed work. Rewards needed effort. You had to hunt for your food. You had to build your house. You had to work to make good relationships. Research shows something very interesting. The more effort you use for something, the more dopamine your brain releases. And this makes the reward feel even better. It feels more satisfying. This makes a healthy circle, a beautiful, strong circle. Effort gives you a reward. The reward feels good. That good feeling gives you motivation for more effort. Effort, reward, motivation. It is a wonderful system, but our modern world has a problem. Our world has broken this beautiful circle. Today, we live in an ocean of what I call cheap dopamine. What is cheap dopamine? It is a big reward with zero effort. It is a strong feeling of pleasure for doing almost nothing. This tricks our ancient brains. Think about it with me. Think about social media on your phone. You scroll with your thumb. Up, 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 you never know what you will see next. A new photo, a new video, a new message. This surprise gives your brain a little hit of dopamine with no real effort. Think about modern food, processed foods, foods in bright packages. They are made in a special way, with the perfect amount of sugar, salt, and fat. This combination is very powerful for your brain. It gives you a big dopamine spike for just eating. No hunting, no cooking, just eating. Think about streaming services for movies and shows. You finish one episode, and the next one starts right away. You don't even have to press a button. Zero effort. Think about the notifications on your phone, the little buzz in your pocket, a new email, a new message, a new like. Each buzz is a small signal of possible reward, a small hit of dopamine. All of these things give your brain a spike of dopamine, a big feeling for very little work. And your brain, which is very smart, thinks, "Wow, that was a huge reward. And I did almost nothing to get it. Let's do that again and again." Now, this is where the hole starts. Your brain loves balance. It wants to keep things stable. This is a state called homeostasis. When you give your brain big, easy hits of dopamine all the time, it starts to change. It starts to protect itself. There is a good way to understand this. It is an idea called the opponent process theory. Let's imagine your happiness is a seesaw. You know, at a playground. When it is flat, you feel normal, you feel balanced. Now, you watch a funny video on your phone. This is a cheap thrill. It pushes one side of the seesaw way up. For a moment, you feel very good. But your brain wants balance, so it starts an opposite process. It pushes the other side of the seesaw down. It wants to make the seesaw flat again. But here's the important part. Your brain doesn't just push down to the flat baseline level, it pushes down a little bit lower. So after the good feeling is over, you feel a little bit worse than before. The seesaw goes below the flat line. Now imagine you do this again and again, many times a day, every day. The up feeling gets smaller and smaller. The videos are not as fun. The food is not as tasty. And the down feeling gets deeper and it lasts longer. The bad feeling after the thrill is stronger. Over time, your brain's normal level can change. Your baseline, your flat seesaw, is now lower than before. You have a new normal, and it is a little bit sad, a little bit gray. Now, the normal, gentle things in life cannot make you happy. Things like reading a book or taking a quiet walk or talking with a friend. These things do not give a big enough dopamine signal. Your brain's system is now used to big, loud signals. The gentle signals are too quiet to hear. This is what it feels like to be in a dopamine hole. It is a state that scientists call anhedonia. Anhedonia is the inability to feel pleasure from things you normally enjoy. You feel restless. You want to do something, but you don't know what. You also feel tired and unmotivated. It is a confusing feeling. Your brain is waiting for a big reward, a reward that normal, everyday life is not giving. This is a feeling that scientists call a reward prediction error. Your brain predicts a reward, but it doesn't come. This makes you feel uncomfortable. Sometimes it feels like anxiety. You feel stuck, like you are frozen. You want to move, but you can't. My dear friend, listen closely. It is not your fault. Your motivation system is just confused. It is dysregulated. And trying to fix it with another quick hit. Another video, another snack. That only makes the hole deeper. It only pushes your seesaw lower. But there is a way out. There is a way to bring your seesaw back to balance. And that is what we will learn today. Section 2. My 5-day slump. I want this to feel real for you. I want to share my own story. Because I know that empty feeling. I know it very, very well. About a month ago, I felt like I hit a wall. It was a strange feeling. I was not tired from working too much. It was the opposite. I had just finished a very big project. I worked hard for many weeks. And now I had a few days off. I had free time. I thought I would feel happy. I thought I would feel relaxed and free. Instead, I felt nothing, just empty. It started on a Tuesday morning. I woke up. I had a plan for the day. I wanted to go to the gym. I wanted to write something new, maybe start a new creative project. But when I tried to get out of bed, my body felt heavy. So heavy. It felt like it was filled with wet sand. I picked up my phone. I told myself, I will just check my emails. Just for a few minutes. 2 hours later, I was still in my bed. I was scrolling on my phone, looking at an endless list of things. Videos I did not care about, photos of people I did not know, news I did not want to read. My thumb was moving up and up, but my brain felt like it was turned off. It was offline. Finally, I got out of bed. I walked to the kitchen. I felt so guilty, and I felt restless. I wanted something, but I didn't know what. I did not want to cook a real meal. Cooking felt like climbing a huge mountain. It was too much effort. So I opened a bag of chips. I ate a handful. Then I ate a cookie. I told myself, I am just relaxing. I earned this rest. But it did not feel like relaxing. It felt like numbing. I was trying to make the empty feeling go away. But it didn't. The whole day was like that. A repeat of the same pattern. Every time I thought about doing something good, something productive, a big wave of what I call emotional static came over me. It was like a gray cloud in my mind. It made everything feel impossible. The effort was just too much. It was easier to open a new website on my computer. It was easier to lie on the sofa and look at the ceiling. At the end of the day, I felt so much worse. Worse than when the day started. I felt agitated. My body was buzzing with a strange energy, but my mind was foggy. It was a low-level anxiety that would not go away. Wednesday was the same. A perfect copy of Tuesday. I woke up. I scrolled. I ate snacks. I felt guilty. Thursday was the same too. By Friday, the gray fog was my home. It was all around me. I was not deeply sad like with depression, but I felt completely separate from my own life. It was like watching a boring movie of myself. The things that usually gave me joy felt like chores. Going for a walk outside? Too much effort. Calling a friend to talk? Too much energy. Even watching my favorite TV shows felt empty, hollow. And the voice inside my head, the critical voice, it was very loud. It said, "What is wrong with you? You are so lazy. Just get up. Just do something." But that kind of advice is useless. It does not help when you are in the hole. It is like shouting, "Just fly," at someone who has fallen into a deep pit. It only makes them feel worse. The change happened on Saturday morning. I woke up with that same heavy feeling, that same static in my brain. But this time, there was something new. A little spark of anger. I was angry at myself. I was angry at my phone. I was angry at this terrible feeling of being a passenger in my own body. And in that moment, I saw the truth. I realized something very important. The things I was doing to relax were the problem. The constant scrolling, the easy snacks. These were the very things keeping me trapped in the hole. I was trying to fill an empty gas tank in a car, but I was using a hose with many leaks. The water was spilling everywhere and the tank was still empty. I decided in that moment to stop. Just stop. My goal was not to be productive. My goal was not to be motivated. My only goal was to stop digging the hole, to put down the shovel. I knew I needed a system, a way to restart my brain from the very beginning, from zero. I found a notebook and a pen, and with my frustration and my little spark of anger, I started to write. I asked myself one simple question. What does my body and brain really need right now? What does my nervous system need to get back to balance? From that question, I wrote a 5-step plan. That plan became the STORE method. And it worked. It was not magic. It did not fix everything in 1 minute. But after a few hours, I started to feel the fog lift. I could see a little more clearly. I could breathe a little more deeply. By the end of that day, I felt like myself again. I felt like Anna again. And that is the method I want to share with you now. Section 3, the solution, the STORE method. This is the exact system I used, the system that helped me climb out of that gray, foggy hole. It is an acronym. An acronym is a word made from the first letter of other words. The word is STORE, S-T-O-R-E. It stands for S is for stop, T is for tune in, O is for one small win, R is for regulate, E is for engage. This method is not about using willpower. It is not about fighting with yourself. It is about working with your brain's biology. It is about being a friend to your own mind. It is a sequence, a series of steps you do in order. First, you stop making the problem worse. Then, you reset your body and brain. Finally, you build back your energy slowly and safely. Let's go through it step by step. S is for stop. This is the first rule. It is the most important rule of getting out of any hole. You must stop digging. This step is also the hardest step. I want to be honest with you. When you feel that restless, antsy feeling, that feeling of, I need something, but I don't know what, your brain is asking for a quick hit of dopamine. It is screaming for it. You feel an urge, a strong pull to reach for your phone, or to open the fridge for a sweet snack, or to turn on the TV. In this first step, you must consciously resist that urge. You must say no to that first impulse. For me, stopping was very practical. I took my phone and I put it in another room. Not on my desk, not in my pocket, in a different room. I turned off my computer. I decided for 1 hour I would have no screens, no podcasts, no music, no input, just quiet. The goal here is simple. You have to starve the beast. The beast is your brain's craving for cheap dopamine. You have to remove the sources of that stimulation. You must take away the things that are keeping your dopamine system down. This is the main idea of something called a dopamine fast. You might have heard this name. The name is not perfect. You can't really fast from dopamine. Your brain needs it to live. But the idea behind it is very good. The idea is to stop compulsive behaviors for a short time. To stop doing the things you do without thinking. This gives your brain's reward pathways a chance to rest, a chance to reset, a chance to heal. So what does stop look like for you? It can be big or small. Maybe you can do a full 24-hour stimulation fast. No phone for fun, no video games, no junk food, just for 1 day. Maybe that is too much. That is okay. Start smaller. Maybe you can promise yourself that the first hour of your day is screen-free. No phone in bed, no checking emails first thing. Maybe you can use an app on your phone, an app that blocks the websites where you waste time, just for a day. The first step is to know what your digging tools are. What are the things you do that make the hole deeper? Is it social media? Is it online shopping? Is it eating sugar? Identify them and then put a barrier between you and them. A barrier is something that makes it harder to do, like putting the phone in another room or putting the cookies on a high shelf. When you first do this, it will feel bad. I will be very honest, it will feel uncomfortable. You will feel bored. You will feel restless. You will feel agitated. This is withdrawal. This is the feeling of your brain not getting what it expects. It expects a quick hit of stimulation. When it does not get it, it creates discomfort. This is that reward prediction error we talked about. You have to be willing to feel this discomfort. You have to sit with the boredom. Do not run away from it. Instead, look at it. Acknowledge it. Say to yourself, hello, boredom. There you are. This restless feeling. This is my brain starting to heal. This is a good sign. This discomfort is necessary. It is the friction you need to start a fire. The fire of your own natural motivation. You must endure the boredom. Boredom is not your enemy. It is the empty space. It is the quiet soil. And from that quiet soil, real interest can grow. Real creativity can grow. So the first step is stop. Stop digging. T is for tune in. You have stopped the noise from the outside world. You have put down your phone. Now it is time to turn your attention inside. It is time to tune in. When you are in the dopamine hole, you are living in your head. You are stuck in circles of negative thoughts. I am so lazy. I should be doing more. What is wrong with me? Tune in means breaking this circle of thoughts. You do this by connecting with your physical body. You ground yourself in the present moment. You create a change in your body to create a change in your mind. One of the fastest ways to do this is with cold exposure. A study in a science journal found something amazing. When people sat in cold water that was about 14 degrees Celsius or 57 degrees Fahrenheit, their dopamine levels went up by 250%. That is a huge increase. This is not a magic pill. It will not solve all your problems, but think of it like a hard reset for your system, like turning your computer off and on again. You do not need a special ice bath. You can use your shower at the end of your normal shower. Just turn the water to full cold. Try to stay under the cold water for 30 seconds, or even 60 seconds if you can. The shock of the cold water does something powerful. It forces you to be in the here and now. You cannot think about your problems when the cold water hits you. You can only think about the cold. It wakes up your nervous system. It says, wake up, pay attention. Another powerful tool is a special kind of breathing. It is similar to a method called the Wim Hof method. It is very simple. Let's imagine it together. You take 30 deep, fast breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth. No pausing between breaths. After the 30th breath, you breathe all the air out, and then you hold your breath for as long as you can without stress. When you need to breathe again, you take one big, deep breath in, and you hold that breath for 15 seconds. This kind of breathing can change how you feel very quickly. It can cause your body to release adrenaline. Adrenaline is a chemical that gives you energy. It shifts your body from feeling tired and slow to feeling alert and ready. These tools, the cold and the breathing, are for activation. They are not for relaxation. They are for when you feel stuck, when you feel frozen and cannot move. There are other options too. You can do a very short, intense exercise, like 20 jumping jacks, or running in one place for 1 minute, something to get your heart beating faster. Or you can use music. Put on one song, a song with high energy, a song that makes you want to dance or move your body. The main idea is to do something physical, something that makes you feel your body again. You are using a physical tool to change your mental state. So the second step is tune in. Wake up your body to wake up your mind. O is for one small win. Okay, my friend, let's see where we are. You have stopped digging the hole. Step S. You have woken up your body and your mind. Step T. But you still have very little motivation. Your brain is still feeling skeptical. It doesn't trust that effort feels good yet. This is where we introduce a very powerful idea from therapy. It is called behavioral activation. The idea is simple but life-changing. Action comes before motivation. Let me say that again. Action comes before motivation. You do not wait until you feel good to do something. You do something to make yourself feel good. You act your way into a new feeling. But, and this is very, very important, the action must be small. It must be ridiculously small, laughably small. The goal is not to be productive. The goal is not to finish your big to-do list. The goal is just to break the feeling of being stuck, to break inertia. And the goal is to create one tiny natural bit of dopamine, a signal that tells your brain, look, we did a thing, and it feels. Okay. This starts to rebuild the healthy circle between effort and reward. When I was in my hole, my one small win was this. I made my bed. That's it. It was not a big task. It took me 60 seconds, 1 minute. But when I looked at my made bed, I felt a little flicker, a tiny spark of accomplishment, a tiny feeling of order in the middle of my chaos. That flicker is everything. That tiny spark is the start of a new fire. So for you, I want you to lower the bar. Lower it so much that you cannot fail. The task should need almost no planning. It should be very, very easy. Here are some ideas for your one small win. Rinse 1 cup and put it in the dishwasher. Not all the dishes, just one. Take the bag of trash out of the can and tie it. You don't have to take it outside yet. Just tie the bag. Put on your workout clothes. You do not have to work out. Just put the clothes on. Drink 1 full glass of water. Write 1 sentence in a journal. Any sentence. Today is Saturday is a perfect sentence. There is a great rule for this. It is called the 2-minute rule. Choose a task that takes less than 2 minutes to do. After you do your tiny task, there is one more part. This part is very important. You must celebrate your win. Consciously acknowledge it. That means you notice it on purpose. You can say it out loud. Good, I did that. I said I would drink water and I did it. This small celebration is so important. It helps to change your story about yourself. You change your identity. You are not a person who is stuck. You are now a person who just made their bed. You are a person who just did a thing. So the third step is one small win. Lower the bar, break the inertia, and celebrate. R is for regulate. You are doing amazing. Let's review our journey so far. S, you stopped digging. T, you tuned into your body. O, you got one small win. You have stopped the damage. You have woken up your system. You have broken the cycle of doing nothing. Now it is time for the most important step for long-term health. This step is about healing. It is R for regulate. To regulate means to bring something back to its normal, healthy state. We want to help your dopamine system find its balance again. We want to rebuild your baseline, your flat seesaw from the ground up. How do we do this? We choose activities that support your brain, but we choose activities that do not create that big spike and crash. No more cheap dopamine. We are looking for gentle, sustainable sources of good feelings. We want activities that are low in stimulation, but high in stability. I want you to choose one activity and do it for just 10 or 15 minutes. That's all. A short time feels easy. It feels possible. The best activity for this is movement in nature. Go for a 15-minute walk. If you can, go outside. And here's the most important part of this walk. Leave your phone at home or put it in your pocket on silent. No podcasts, no music, no audiobooks, just you and the world around you. Let your eyes look far away. Look at the horizon. Look at the tops of the trees or the tops of buildings. Looking far away helps to calm your brain. It tells your brain's alarm system that you are safe. Walking outside gives you 3 amazing things: physical movement, natural light from the sun, and fresh air. These 3 things are proven to help your brain regulate itself. They help balance the chemicals in your brain, like dopamine. Another powerful way to regulate is with food, but not junk food. Your brain needs specific building blocks to make dopamine. One of these building blocks is an amino acid called tyrosine. You get tyrosine from certain foods. So, a simple regulating snack can be very helpful. It could be a small handful of almonds, or a banana, or a small piece of dark chocolate. These foods give your body what it needs to make dopamine naturally. Here are some other excellent ideas for a 15-minute regulating activity. Do some gentle stretching or yoga. Meditate for 10 minutes. Just sit quietly and focus on the feeling of your breath. Read a real physical book, not on a screen. Sit in a comfortable chair with a warm cup of tea and just do nothing else. Just drink your tea. These activities are the opposite of the modern world. They do not give you a rush or a hit, and that is why they work. That is the entire point. They give you stability. They teach your brain to feel good with less. They teach your brain to find joy in quiet, simple things. Over time, doing these things helps to raise your baseline. It brings your seesaw back to a healthy, flat position. So the 4th step is regulate. Choose one quiet, simple activity for 15 minutes and heal your brain. I is for engage. You have come to the final step. You have done all the hard work to get here. Let's look back one more time. Stop. Tune in. One small win. Regulate. Now, the gray fog should be much lighter. You might feel a little bit of your own energy coming back. A little bit of real motivation. The final step is to use that new energy. This step is E for engage. To engage means to direct your attention. You are going to mindfully, carefully point your new energy at one single thing, one meaningful thing. So, the most important word here is single, one thing. When you start to feel better, you might feel a temptation, a desire to do everything at once, to try to catch up for the time you lost. My friend, this is a trap. Trying to do everything will make you feel overwhelmed, and that feeling can send you right back into the hole. So instead, you will pick just one thing. Ask yourself this question: what is one thing I can do right now that my future self will thank me for? Maybe it's sending one important email. Maybe it's cleaning one part of your kitchen. Maybe it's studying English for 20 minutes. Pick one thing. When you have your one thing, you can use a technique to help you focus. A popular technique is the Pomodoro method. It is very simple. You set a timer for 25 minutes, and you promise yourself that you will work on only that one task for those 25 minutes. No checking your phone, no getting a snack. Just you and your one task. For me, on that Saturday, my engaged task was this: to write the outline for this very script. The script you are listening to right now. I set my timer for 25 minutes. The first few minutes felt difficult. My mind wanted to run away. But because I did the first 4 steps, my brain was ready to focus. It was capable of doing the work. And then something wonderful happened. I got into a state of flow. I was focused. The words were coming. When the timer went off, I felt genuinely good. It was not a cheap, empty feeling. It was a feeling of earned accomplishment. I felt proud of myself. The dopamine my brain released from that focused work was clean. It was sustainable. It was the total opposite of the gray, empty feeling from scrolling on my phone. Engaging with one single task closes the circle. It takes the energy you built in the first 4 steps, and it turns that energy into real progress in your life. It proves to your brain that this new, healthy cycle works. The cycle is a regulated, balanced brain leads to focused effort, which leads to a meaningful accomplishment, which leads to a natural, healthy reward. This is how you escape the dopamine hole, and it is how you build a new road over it so you don't fall in again. So the 5th step is engage. Pick one thing, focus for 25 minutes, and feel the power of real accomplishment. Section 4. Overcoming obstacles and when this isn't enough. It is very, very important to talk about some other things now. We need to be clear and honest. The STORE method is a wonderful tool. It is a powerful first aid kit for your mind. It is for a temporary time when you feel unmotivated, a slump. But it is not a cure for everything. It is not a cure for serious, long-term mental health conditions. The feeling of a dopamine hole can feel similar to clinical depression. It can also feel similar to burnout. The symptoms are alike. For example, anhedonia, the lack of pleasure, is in both. Low energy is in both. But the reasons for these feelings can be very different. And so, the help you need can be very different. The STORE method is for a brain system that is out of balance. Clinical depression is a more complex illness. I am not a doctor. This podcast is not medical advice. It is for education and encouragement only. So I want to give you some signs to watch for. These are red flags. They are signs that what you are feeling might be more than just a slump. And if you see these signs, it is very important to talk to a professional, a doctor, a therapist, or a counselor. Here's the first red flag: duration and persistence. This means how long the feeling lasts. If you feel empty and have no motivation for more than 2 weeks, and the feeling does not get better even when you try things like the STORE method, that is a big sign that you may need more help. Here's the second red flag: severity of symptoms. This means how strong the feelings are. Is this feeling making it hard to do basic things? like getting out of bed in the morning, or taking a shower, or going to your job. If the feeling is stopping you from living your daily life, that is a sign of something more serious. Here's the third red flag: significant changes in sleep or appetite. Appetite is your desire to eat. Are you sleeping much, much more than usual? Or are you sleeping much, much less? Have you started eating a lot more or a lot less? Have you lost or gained weight without trying? These changes in your body can be important signs of depression. Here's the fourth red flag: feelings of worthlessness or excessive guilt. This is a very important difference. When you are in a slump, you feel frustrated. You feel frustrated that you are not being productive. But with clinical depression, the feeling is often deeper. It is a strong, constant feeling of being worthless. A feeling that you are a bad person. This feeling is not connected to one specific thing you did or did not do. It is just there. And finally, the most important red flag: suicidal thoughts. If you are having any thoughts about harming yourself, or any thoughts that you do not want to live anymore, this is an immediate crisis. This is an emergency. Please, please reach out for help right away. You can call a helpline in your country. You can go to a hospital. You can talk to a doctor. This is not something you should ever try to handle alone. Your life is precious. My dear friend, please be honest with yourself. Be kind to yourself. This STORE method is a great tool, but it is not a replacement for professional medical help. If the hole feels too deep, if you feel you cannot climb out by yourself, please reach for a professional hand to help you. There is no shame in asking for help. It is a sign of great strength. You now have the map. You have the framework. STORE. Stop. Tune in. One small win. Regulate, engage. This is not just a list of nice ideas, it is a process. A step-by-step guide based on how your brain works. It is a way to take your brain from feeling shut down to feeling engaged and alive again. The most important thing I want you to remember is this: that feeling of being stuck is not a moral failing. It does not mean you are a bad person. It does not mean you are weak or lazy. It is a signal. It is your body and your brain telling you something important. It is telling you that the balance is broken, the balance between effort and reward. It is a call to action, a call to disconnect from the constant noise of the modern world, and a call to reconnect with your true self, with your body, your mind, and your spirit. You have the power to reboot your own system. You have the tools. You do not have to wait for motivation to magically appear. You can create it. You can build it. One small, gentle, deliberate action at a time. The next time you feel that gray fog coming in, the next time you feel that heavy, static feeling, you don't have to be scared. You have a map. You know what to do. Start small. Just start with the first step. Stop digging. Then tune into your body. Then get one tiny, laughably small win. If this episode was helpful for you, please subscribe to the podcast. It means you will not miss our future conversations. And now I have a question for you. What is your one small win going to be today? What is that one tiny, easy thing you can do right now to break the inertia? Please let me know in the comments below. When I read your comments, it makes me so happy. Seeing you take that first small step is one of the most motivating things for me. And when you share, you create a community of friends from all over the world. All of us helping each other take back control of our energy and our lives. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Now go make your bed, or drink a glass of water, or do your one small thing. See you next time, my friend.